Hey guys, welcome to the RAMZPAUL show or Night Owls. I'm not sure which is this. Which is this, Sasha?
I think it's your show.
Is this Night Owls or yeah? Okay,
Your
this
show.
is RAMZPAUL show because we're going to talk about Iran. But I invited Sasha to be part of this, so I have some notes, but we'll probably just keep it informal. If you guys have questions, that'd be help the show. And there's ways you can ask questions. YouTube has SuperChats. Rumble has Rants. And let me just make sure Rumble's working.
Uh-oh. Cat's at the door.
You can bring the cat in if you
just
want.
open door. He's going to scratch the whole
All right. And I'm going to make sure this gets started on X because I got to be able to share this on X here. So let me see here.
You don't have to worry about Benji coming in here.
Yeah. X always has a problem now. Watch us.
So why doesn't
StreamYard has an issue, they said now with X that it doesn't always, So let's see if this works here. There we go. So I'm going to pin this so people on X can see this. There we go. And Rumble's working. Wow, that worked pretty good. I'm not such a big boomer now after all. Well, I still am, but whatever. All right, we got a lot of stuff to cover.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
High energy.
High energy.
I don't want to be like Jer.
Yeah, hey guys. Sasha likes to watch Kino Casino. She's making fun of what's that guy's name? Quartering.
Yeah.
Kind of low energy.
He opens these Pokemon cards. He's like, "Hey guys," and I know sometimes I'm 100 people. He's like, "You should be like, hey guys, we got these packs, man, and there could be some in here worth $400." Like, do it real high energy, but he's like this real tired and quiet.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get in the news. We're not drama show, but
no.
Maybe do better if it was, but who knows? All right, so we're having another glorious war with Iran. We had one last year. Remember the 12-day war where we obliterated their nuclear program?
So that was a lie, because if it wasn't, why the hell would we be there now?
Well, there's been various statements. It's hard to figure out. One was, well, they're about to develop a nuclear missiles again.
Bullshit.
But also, they have ballistic missiles. They could attack the United States, which is bullshit because obviously Iran knows they'd be wiped out. I'm not pro-war, guys, but if Iran should attack us, fuck them.
Yeah,
fuck
they would attack us.
Wipe them out. Wipe them out.
As far as I know, they didn't attack anybody.
Well, they attacked our Marines in 1983 with Hezbollah.
1983.
I know. Were you even born
I was
then?
4
years old.
1983.
And it was like Reagan was president, and Reagan decided not to attack him then. In fact, he sent him money because of the Iran-Contra deal. So, I mean, come on, they're really doing a stretch here, but that was one of the things. So, the ballistic missile threat, which was nonsense. And then the regime change is the real reason.
Well, duh.
Can we just be honest? This is all about Israel. Israel, they've had a hard-on to take out Iran forever. They wanted it in the 90s. They had Project Breakaway. I remember that. They showed the United States. They one of the generals, he did a interview, and he was shocked. They go, okay, here's Israel's plan. They want to take out Iraq, Saddam Hussein, Syria, which they have, and Iran. And that's what they're working on. Now, not them directly, but them influencing, paying off whores in our government that we don't control, like Lindsey Graham, fuck him, Ted Cruz, fuck him, And I'm just not blaming the Republicans because the Democrats, they're sold out too.
They would. Yeah, they are.
So they're all whores to Israel.
Well, do you think that the Democrats would have gone and done this though?
Yeah.
You do? You
think because I think they're utterly controlled by Israel too.
Yeah. Well, wasn't Nancy Pelosi said if America crumbled to the ground, that our priority would be to make
Israel,
sure
yeah, it is.
I mean, and she's a Democrat.
I mean, there's a few Democrats that may not, just like there's a few Republicans like Thomas Massey. So
yeah, there's like two.
I'm not saying
there's like two Republicans. There's Thomas Massey.
And they're anti-Semites. They're vicious anti-Semites.
I was hoping we wouldn't go to war. I was really hoping, because I know y'all week you're like, yeah, we'll probably go to war. But then Tucker said he's been talking to Trump, and I thought, well, maybe Tucker can get through to him.
Well, that I can't believe that fucking loon, and I've had her on my show, Laura Loomer.
What's going on with her?
Why is Trump talking to this lady? She's obviously mentally ill.
Yeah.
I mean, she's funny.
They're all mentally ill.
I mean, she was all part of the alt-right thing with the Jew, but I mean, she was kind of funny in ways I admired her because she put up with a lot of shit.
Yeah, like chaining herself to Twitter.
Yeah, but she got banned from Twitter. She chained herself to Twitter
and had a meltdown about losing.
I mean, she's
Twitter.
off. She's a real off.
Is.
Milo says she's not even a Jew. She didn't know how to draw the Star of David. She kept her.
Well, he said her father's a Jew, and I guess
it's by your mother. It's by your mother. Yeah.
Even though it would show up on a DNA test.
She's got a Jewish face, though.
She does.
So it's I don't know.
Mark Levin is mentally ill now too. I mean, maybe he's always been like that, and I just wasn't paying attention. But he's kind of lost his mind too. Anybody that's against the war is an anti-Semite.
Anti-Semite, and he was always, we got to kill Khomeini. Kill Khomeini. I'm like, okay, well, we killed Khomeini. Now we're done. No, we got to go on because he's worried about a deal being made. And that's one of the things we'll talk about. I got a lot of notes, but we'll go without notes for now. Is my biggest thing is what's the plan?
I don't think there is one.
So, okay, we're going to drop a lot of bombs. We killed Khomeini. The guy was 86 years old. And I'm not saying I like the guy or anything. And I mean, really, I'm not. Because as I said in my X post, I don't want Muslims in our country.
No,
I don't like them. And there's a bunch of Muslims in Pakistan that attacked our embassy and the Marine shot him. I'm like, oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
They deserve that, right? I mean, that's our territory. So I'm not pro-Muslim. They should be expelled from Europe and America. So I'm not like white knighting for them. But if they're in their countries, just leave them a fuck alone.
Yeah.
Why are we have to get involved with all this stuff? It's because of fucking Israel.
Yeah, because we can't be the cops of the world. If you're going to go liberate people, why don't we go liberate England?
And how did America? I did a tweet, or actually, how did we get so involved that we have to be so obsessed about Jews and Muslims in America? That never used to be the case. No. We were a Christian nation.
I never even knew what Muslims were when I was growing up.
I hardly even knew what Jews were, except from the Bible. You know,
after 9/11, that's probably when I learned what they were. I heard about Jews, didn't know any.
Yeah.
And Christians. Of course, I grew up Christian. That's it. And atheism, of course, it's not a religion, but I don't know. I never heard of Muslims probably till 9/11.
And now we're just obsessed about all this bullshit both ways. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to know about Ramadan. I don't want to know about the Purim. I don't want to know about all that fucking shit. That needs to stay over there in their desert, and they could do whatever. And but we get sucked into all this bullshit because Israel has so much control over our politicians. Oh my God. It's just embarrassing.
Well, didn't Lindsey Graham even kind of say that, though, that they didn't really have a plan in so many words?
Yeah. They don't. The plan was to bomb Iran and do a decapitation strike, which was to kill and we're getting back to Khomeini. And this gets confusing because there was two leaders called Khomeini. And, we got the cat in the show here.
Sorry, he wanted to sit on my lap.
And one was the original from 1979, and then he died in 89. Then there was another Khomeini, spelled different, that was the current leader. And I guess he was killed at 86, but the guy was going to die soon anyway.
Yeah, and I've heard the guy that took over is actually supposed to be worse than this guy. That's what some people speculate. I don't know.
I think the idea was that we would bomb them, we would do a decapitation, and a miracle would happen, and we'd get some leader that loves Israel running the show. Mm-hmm. And that's just not going to happen in Iran. So I don't, it's because we've ruled out having boots on the ground, meaning soldiers. We did that in Afghanistan. We were able to, you remember, well, we have to go in Afghanistan to find Osama bin Laden, even though said we don't have him. And they didn't have him. It was Pakistan. But we invaded Afghanistan. Then the mission changed, mission creep. It became about educating women, getting the vote, and all that bullshit, right?
Why is that our concern?
Right. And meanwhile,
America's falling apart, and we're going over to other countries. And Trump's a liar, and I regret voting for him. And I
won't vote for Trump. Obviously, he's not running.
I'm not
again.
Voting for Vance. I'm not voting for Rubio.
Fuck this administration.
I'm not voting for
total betrayal. This isn't minor. This was a major platform. He said, "I won't get in a war with Iran."
Yeah.
And so fuck
multiple
you.
Times.
And JD Vance, he doesn't work for Trump. He could have distanced himself from him, but he didn't. So fuck Vance. I'm not voting for. I'm not going to vote for him in 28. They made their bed with this bullshit.
Yep, they did.
No matter how it turns out, even if we get some fucking homosexual Jew of color running Iran, I'm still not, oh yeah, the women are liberated. They can show their asshole on OnlyFans now. Yeah, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can't believe how many people on the right are for this. Like, you go on X and there's so many people like James Woods, like, oh, America's back, guys. It's like, oh great, so we're back to all these endless wars.
These are the old boomer Fox News.
Well, it's not even all boomers.
I know, but a lot of them, they watch Fox News and they get all excited. Yeah, we kicked the Muslim ass. And I get it. I mean, I thought when they deserve it, I think it's funny. Like all these idiot Muslims and Pakistanis were banging on, trying to get in, this bunch of like savages in the embassy in Pakistan. And also the Marines like, poop, 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 poop. They're like, ah! And I love how they get so excited. They start screaming. They run
You'd
around.
be screaming too if somebody was shooting at you.
It's like when you turn the light on at night and like your place is roaches, they start to I just find it humorous. So I mean, I'm not like this big pro. I'm not like this big pro Muslim guy. I don't want to come across that way. I'm not. But we don't have any business over in Iran.
No,
they're not a threat to us. They're really not. And don't go all the way the fuck back to 1983 for shit. You know, what the hell are you talking and doing here? So it was totally unnecessary war. And even if you got some gay, Jew, transgender, whatever running the country, I would still be against it. Because it's not helping the United States. It's just purely a play for Israel. And we shouldn't be controlled by the Israelis.
No.
But that's what the whole thing is. So anyway, but I don't think that will happen because they don't have that many leaders there. I think the idea was, I don't really know. I would assume, this is the big assumptions, but these guys could be fucking idiots, that before you do this, you actually have someone in mind you want to take over, right?
You think.
And so it's all planned out. It was like, okay, we're going to bomb and on this date, and then you Muhammad, you're going to be our little plant that we want you to take over, and you'll suck Israel's dick. So you're going to be the guy. We want you. We're going to support you. So take your troops and take over Tehran, and we'll send special forces in or whatever. There's a plan, but there's no plan there right now. The plan just seemed to be, well, they're going to drop bombs. We'll kill Khomeini, a guy that was about to die anyway. And then something magic happens. And then you have this guy that loves Israel in the thing. And that didn't happen.
So why do you think Trump changed his mind? Do you think it's because he's being blackmailed? Or do you think that they're threatening his family? Or there's some reason? I just don't know why he would do this after saying all these years that this was wrong.
Well, he got in. His donors were what was that?
Sheldon or
Adelson.
What the hell?
Yeah, he died, but his wife, and they spent
Marion.
Marion gave him all that money.
Well, and that Susie Wilds is supposed to be a big Zionist. She worked for Netanyahu.
Yeah, I don't think Trump is a very deep thinker, really, and he's very impulsive. And I think what happened in Venezuela was a disaster for America, not because I didn't really give a shit that we capture that guy, but in Trump's mind, everything became easy. Mm-hmm. And even Trump brought up, I don't know if I didn't have this in prep, but let me just see if I just retweeted this. So let me just see if I have this, guys, for you guys. Because it was just really crazy that Trump was, right here. Let me just show you this.
Is this a video?
No, it's not a video. It's just he did a Wall Street Journal article. New York Times article. What we did in Venezuela, I think, is the perfect scenario. When pressed on his plans for transition of power, Mr. Trump said he hoped the Iranian military forces would simply turn over their weapons to the people. What?
So you think he did this because he thought we could just go over there real easily and just take over, even though
he thought it'd be like Venezuela. So he thought it'd be like we kill Khomeini and everyone has this uprising, right? Because that was the propaganda when Mossad and the CIA in January tried to do that protest in Iran, that once Khomeini died, the people would take to the streets. And according to Trump, this sounds just idiotic, retarded, that the military would turn over the weapons to these hobos on the street. And then that would be the the revolution, and then we'd have I don't know, gay sex in as their official policy and gay pride parades, but that didn't happen. And I think he thought because Venezuela was so easy, the same thing, according to Trump, he even mentioned it, would happen in Iran. And that hasn't happened so far. But I would think, going back to what the goal would be, I would think you'd have your opposition leader all set up and to support him. But it seems like we don't really have that. There's been talk about like remember before 1979, we had our puppet there, the Shah of Iran. And we put him in there because we found oil. They wanted to nationalize it, so we overthrew that. We put the Shah in. And then when the Shah was overthrown in 1979, I guess his grandson now we want to try to put in. And the Iranians like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, they don't want him. So it's ridiculous. So
it's our business.
So who are we going to put in there that is a fan of Israel? Because that's the whole point, because a fucking Israel wants someone that doesn't oppose them. Because Iranians, they have supported Hezbollah, and Hezbollah, they're the ones that kicked Israel's ass in Lebanon when Israel's trying to expand into Lebanon. So that's why they have a hard-on against Iran, because Iran supports Hezbollah. So I would have thought they had an opposition leader lined up. But according to Lindsey Graham, the interview you were talking about, there is no plan there. We're just hoping someone. The plan is based on hope.
So they should have thought this out better.
Yeah, when your plan is based on hope, you're fucked. And that's what they are now. They're kind of fucked. They don't really know. And so they're just killing people and dropping bombs.
Yeah, I'm like those poor girls at school.
Yeah, and the Americans are saying that, well, the Israelis, that wasn't Israelis or Americans, it was Iranians that accidentally did it. But it's still Israel and America's fault because we started the war.
Yeah.
And so if not for us starting this illegal war, and it is illegal, we're the bad guys here. Yeah. They didn't attack us, at least recently. They weren't a threat. So we attacked them, and even if Iran fucked up and blew up that school, it was because of our attack or the Israelis' attack. So fuck them.
So they're saying the Iranians killed the kids at school now? Because I haven't seen that.
That was the propaganda. I don't know. Oh, we got a super chat, so let's go through and we'll try to make it a little conversational too here, guys. So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
And we got this. We got A50, whatever that is, $50. Thank you. Australian, maybe?
Yeah, so it's probably not as, I don't know, as Australian.
Well, still 50 is good.
Yeah, I know, 50, anything's good. I can't really see it. Well, yeah, I can now. Real risk of mass refugee exodus from Iran to Europe. So much for Vance's rhetoric about keeping Europe European. Khomeini was good towards Christians. Iran has 600 ancient churches, including church founded by apostles Thaddeus and Bartholomew.
Yeah, one of the things, again, a couple points here. I'm very disappointed in J.D. Vance.
Yeah, me too.
Supposedly behind the scenes, J.D. Vance was trying to talk Trump out of this. But once Trump went forward, J.D. Vance should have publicly said, hey, I do not support this.
Well, he's screwed. His political career is done.
It is.
The Republicans are going to lose in 2028, the midterms. Or wait, are the midterms? When are the midterms?
This year.
Yeah, this year. Okay, so 2028 is the election. Yeah, they're going to lose. They'll probably lose the midterms too.
Yeah, politically, and this is one of the things I wanted to get into, and we'll show these links, but this war is extremely unpopular. And for Trump to start this war just from a political basis, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Let me just try to, I'm glad you brought that up, Sasha, because I wanted to show this link here. Just to give the exact numbers here. But just 27% of American adults approve of U.S. war with Iran. That is really
I
low.
thought it was lower than that. I thought
it depends on the poll.
I mean, I heard it was 80% were against the war and 20% were for it.
Again, this is another poll.
I'd like to take a poll. We should go around Fayetteville and get a little camera and just ask people, do you support the war in Iran? I would like to know what the normal people think. Because I don't know anybody that
in Fayetteville, they probably wouldn't, but around here, you probably get some Christian Zionists that would support it.
I'm sorry if you're a Christian Zionist. I have a friend that's like this. It's just a cult at this point. It's a cancer. And I don't know. We went to this church around here, and they had an Israeli flag on the wall.
Yeah, that was so
And so we're
cringe.
like, yeah, I don't think so. And we were trying to find a church in Northwest Arkansas that's not Catholic, but they're not Christian Zionists. They almost don't exist.
And here's some more of the polling data. So this is very unpopular with what Trump is doing here. He's 60% disapproval overall.
Wow.
He's going down. And if you look at foreign policy, it's minus 21.
Wow.
It is horrible. And Trump's in big trouble, and the Republicans. And this war does not have doesn't have any support at all.
And he kept saying that, like, his State of the Union address, how good the economy is. No, it's not. Have you been to the grocery store? Like, things have gone up in price. Those Amy's TV dinners that we both like, they're over $6 a box now at Walmart, and Walmart always had the cheapest ones. Like, everything has gone up at least $1 or $2.
Yeah.
Nothing's really going down. Gas is a little cheaper, but with this war, who knows? Do you think gas is going to go up now?
Yeah, let me just show you that, and then we'll get to it.
Because he was bragging about that in the State of the Union, how this.
Yeah,
is
let
the
me just
cheapest
show you.
gas
One of the
ever.
problems is how this could impact the oil price. And here, the new ship insurers are canceling war risk policies and are expected to raise premiums up to 50% on Monday. And what this is if you ship oil, you have to get insurance. And the Strait of Hormuz is controlled by Iran, and they're blocking it because of this war. And this is where the majority of oil comes from, out of this strait. And so this could be, people are saying, we don't want already the Iranians attacked an oil tanker and set it on fire. So it's because of that, we could see, well, not already could, we already are seeing an increase in oil prices. And here we are right here, just so you guys can see it, is the Brent oil has $80 a barrel. So oil price is going up.
So what is it normally a barrel usually?
Well, it varies. It's around 50, 60, so it's 80.
Well, that's quite of an increase.
So this is going to increase people's price, and you go to the pump, but not.
So
It's more than that. It also increases inflation because of shipping.
Right, which means then postage will go up and everything else will go up. Yes, Trump, so much for helping with the economy. Like I said, I'm done. This was the end. I mean, I've been sick of Trump for a while. Mm-hmm. I thought, like before I'd said I wasn't going to vote for him. But then when he got shot, I thought, oh, maybe he'll change and have a better presidency. I'm almost thinking this one may be worse than the last one. I don't know. The COVID stuff was pretty bad, but this is, I don't know. It's bad.
All right. We got a rant. You want to read this one?
Yeah.
Goldie Meir.
Goldie Meir, former PM of Israel, famously said, "We can forgive our enemies for killing our children, but we cannot forgive them for making us kill their children."
Yeah, it's the old proverb. They cry out in pain while they strike you. Yeah, and it's a very there's a lot of truth to that. So this is okay. Now we'll go over some of my links, just so I want to go over some of the stuff we could talk about this. And I try to organize this a little bit tonight, just kind of where we are right now. Trump initially, he thought, and this is what it came out, that it was going to be a 2-day thing. So we kill Khomeini, the people rise up and institute a new gay government that loves Israel.
Right.
Well, we killed Khomeini, and the Iranians did go out on the streets, but they were chanting death to American Israel.
Yeah.
So it kind of backfired. And that kind of makes sense. And supposedly a lot of the CIA analysts told him that if you kill the religious leader, you're probably going to bring that country together. It's like their 9/11 brought America here for us, even though we had differences. And there was a lot of political differences in Iran. But if you kill their Shia leader, that's like their pope, it's a bad thing. And just to understand, Khomeini, he was 86 years old. I guess he has prostate cancer, so he was probably going to die anyway.
Soon, yeah.
And he told everyone he'd probably die in this war. And he didn't hide in a bunker. He just stayed in his home.
Unlike Netanyahu.
Yeah, it's off in Germany or whatever. Or Trump flying around everywhere. So he accepted. He said he was fine dying as a martyr. And again, I'm not simping for Muslims, but I can respect what he was doing. But there's also a point for Khomeini is he was probably going to die anyway by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you understand Iranian politics, which I don't do very much, but I try to educate myself, it's not like he's the dictator of the whole country. So it's more complicated. It's almost like, and this isn't a perfect analogy, but like England, where like the king is officially in charge of the government, but not really. You know, it's the prime minister.
He's like a figurehead.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, Khomeini was more than a figurehead because he had the religious element, right? And he could either bless or not eat. Like Khomeini, ironically, the leader, the supreme leader of Iran that we murdered, he's the guy that said, no, I don't want us to develop nukes because that's against Islamic policies.
Yes.
And so we killed him. But he did have power. So he is not quite like the King of England, but they have a president, they have political parties, they have a parliament. So it's a little bit more complicated than if you kill the one guy, everything falls apart. And from what I read, for the past few years, he's not been very active because he's 86, right? And he's pretty much been, his job was to lead the Friday prayers, whatever they do on Friday. So he's more of a religious type guy. So killing him wasn't, I mean, they were planning on him dying anyway. So they put another Ayatollah in his place. Again, that's not going to be a Zionist. So
how are they going to get a Zionist anyway?
Well, theoretically, you could do like that guy that was the grandson of the Shah of Iran. But to do that, you'd have to do what we did with Iraq or Afghanistan, where we actually send in troops.
And then we stay there to make sure that things stay calm, or else the minute our troops get out, everything falls to shit and the guy gets executed.
Excellent point, Sasha. Remember Afghanistan?
Yeah.
We went in there, we put our puppet government in. It only controlled that government, Kabul, all the countryside. It's a very primitive Afghanistan, mountainous country, a lot of tribes, and they were all controlled by the Taliban.
Mm-hmm.
The minute we pulled out, that government, it'll be, we trained them. They'll be able to fight and defend themselves. That day it fell.
Yeah.
And so theoretically, we could get some puppet in, and if we sent in the troops and then occupied Iran, but that'd be so much difficult than Afghanistan even, because the Iranians, they're not Arabs or Persians, or they have a higher IQ. Yeah. And it would be a lot. They're a large country. It's like 90 million people. It wouldn't be as easy as Afghanistan. Afghanistan wasn't easy. So to put someone in that's a puppet, you'd have to send in troops. Then you'd have to keep them there to protect them.
Which, who's going to pay for that? The American taxpayer.
Right. Because the people there are religious or Shia Muslims. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm not simping for Muslims, but this is what they are. And you can't say, okay, guys, no, we're going to get rid of all that. We're going to put a guy in that just loves Israel. And to do that, you better have your fucking special forces around them 24/7.
I think the only people that like Israel are the politicians Israel pays to like them, and Christian Zionists and other Jews, because the average American, they're disgusted by this shit. Like, if you talk to anybody, I had to give blood on Friday, and I was talking to the lady taking my blood. She's against the war.
Mm-hmm.
Know anything about her, but we were complaining about healthcare prices because that's something Trump said they were going to fix. You know, all this stuff that he promised. We're not even getting immigration fixed. I mean, yeah, it's nice that the border's better. I'll give them that. But what happened to all these people going home? They're not going home. And then they're like, oh, as long as people come here legally, we can take a bunch more people. Guys, we're full. We don't need any more people.
Exactly. We're full here.
And then we're wasting money and resources and time on this.
Right.
It's just disgusting. I mean, if we were going to do something, what happened with Mexico? You know, with all the tourists and stuff being shot at. And that was like last weekend, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happened to that? I mean, Mexico's a lot closer to us. That's the kind of stuff the troops should be used for, not for Iran.
Yeah. Sorry, I accidentally I did a boomer thing and hit the wrong button here, so I'm going to get us back here.
Oh, are you on the shitty Rumble ads? They have the worst ads.
Look at that fat lady. I just want to make sure we're going. Okay, here we go. We got a $5 from Rowhouse on Rumble. Thank you, Rowhouse. Laugh and critique of this video. He says, sorry, I took this out. All right. I haven't seen this video. It should be interesting. This is AIPAC. AIPAC is the group that funds politicians. Technically, they're Americans, but they're like Jews, you know what I mean? And so they're Israelis.
Talk about AIPAC.
Today, AIPAC.
On Capitol Hill, AIPAC.
AIPAC.
You may have heard our name, but how much do you really know about AIPAC?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
AIPAC is an American organization.
No, it isn't. It's technically, that's how they get around the foreign influence.
Yeah.
So they have these fucking dual citizens that are Israelis and Americans.
Yes.
And they're Jews mostly. And, but technically we're an American organization. They don't give a fuck about America except extracting money out of our country to give to their ethnic.
Well, it's kind of like that Adelson. Trump was like, oh, she likes Israel more than America. Well, maybe you should go live over there then.
Exactly. And
I don't believe in dual citizenship.
Well, AIPAC pays our senator here, Tom Cotton.
Oh, yeah.
And Ted Cruz.
And probably Sarah Huckabee, too.
Yeah.
Because I saw she was giving a bunch of money to Israel, taking Arkansas's money and investing it in Israel.
Thomas Massey said every congressman, they have an AIPAC guy go up to them and basically bribe/threaten you.
Yeah.
So,
how did he manage to get?
Well, they're trying
careful.
to fight against him because remember Trump's going against him because of the Epstein thing.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we'll get to. But you know what? A lot of people on the polling think this war's about
The distraction from Israel.
Epstein.
Epstein. Yeah.
Yeah, Epstein. They call this the Epstein war.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I don't necessarily believe that, but it's really amazing because Israel's had a hard on to get rid of Iran for 40 years.
Yeah.
But it is interesting.
Well, I've heard the reason they have to do that is because Israel's popularity is so low that they feel like the Trump presidency is the last chance they really have to take over.
It is. Well, that's why
they're down with this.
Great point. Netanyahu, they knew, because once they lose this, this is the last chance. Because even I think Trump, this is his last chance. Let's say that's why Mark Levin or Levine or however you pronounce that asshole's name.
Yeah.
He had the meltdown of any idea of a peace. And we'll talk about potential things
He
that
lost
may
his
happen.
damn mind. He was calling Megyn Kelly a Nazi.
Everyone,
like, come on.
unless you put Israel first, he calls you a Nazi. Fuck him. He needs to be deported back to Israel. But anyway, I love how they have this American flags. They have all these white people, small town America. And these are the pricks that are pushing all this mass immigration into America, right? But here they want to make you, small town Arkansas.
That works to strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship. This partnership advances America's interests and democratic values and helps keep Israel safe.
I don't give a damn.
Our 6 million members
6 million! Oh, 6 million!
Are U.S. citizens, Democrats, Republicans, and independents.
Yeah, they control the whole shebang.
From every part of the country who urge our elected leaders to enact pro-Israel policies. This includes expanding America's defense partnership with.
Do you know we have a law that any military technical items we give to another nation, we have to give Israel twice the amount that?
That's a law?
Yeah, it is.
How in the hell did that
get
passed?
It's just so crazy.
Israel, supporting life-saving security assistance.
That means Patriot missiles. So Israel gets us into war and we have to fund their defense.
Confronting Iran and its terror proxies. And promoting peace and normalization. Being pro-Israel is good policy. And AIPAC members make sure it's good politics, too. We raise money to help elect pro-Israel candidates for Congress from both parties.
Yeah, they control both.
And we take the political fight to our opponents, helping defeat anti-Israel candidates running for the House or Senate. AIPAC is leading the fight in Washington to secure the future of the U.S.-Israel relationship. The actions of pro-Israel Americans today will help determine the future of this bond and the fate of both countries.
I don't know how great of an ad that is. It's not
No,
maybe for boomers at work. It's just so obnoxious.
it's obnoxious.
It's like fuck that. We're our own country. We don't need to be
In
controlled by
fact, if
Israel.
anything, we need to cut ties with Israel, not get stronger with them. If
I
anything,
know.
they've been the downfall of our country.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, and a lot of people are seeing through this.
I mean, how much money have we spent
Oh
on these
God,
wars?
how
I mean, it's
much?
just crazy.
It's
It's
just
like you
crazy.
can't have health care or have anything you want, but you
Yeah,
have
no.
endless money for this. Kind of like Trump cutting people off food stamps. Remember they did that
Yeah.
not long ago? Oh, all this waste and everything, but you have money to go waste in the Middle
Oh,
East.
whatever Israel wants, I guarantee you, we're opening the checkbook.
Yeah, screw the people.
No,
here
it
that are
doesn't.
suffering.
We always have money when it comes to the wall. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh no, we
We don't
can't.
have
Oh, it's
money
just
for the
too.
wall.
We're fiscal conservatives.
Well,
we
we
can't
can't-
spend the money.
No.
What Israel wants? What do you want, Massa? What do you want, Massa?
Yeah.
You can have all our money, Massa. Just don't call me an anti-Semite. It's just embarrassing. Trump, anyway, this whole 2-day or 3-day war, now he's saying it's going to be a 4-week war.
I just hope that 4 weeks doesn't turn into 8
4 weeks to
and then
stop the
12 and
spread.
16,
We could be one of those things.
20 years
Oh, I
down
know.
the road. And our country's totally bankrupt. And
Well, and what does that mean? Because even if we overthrow the regime and put one of our guys in there, how are we going to make sure he stays in power? You know, it's
Unless
not going to
you
be a
keep troops
4-week
there.
thing.
yeah.
It's just ridiculous. So it's
So then you'll be over there forever like we were in Afghanistan.
yeah, we were there for over
And it just
decade.
surprises me how some of these people that live through all the lies, maybe I get it if you're younger and you don't remember all the lies, but I was in my early 20s when 9/11 happened, and I remember all the lies they told
Mhm.
to get us involved in Iraq and all this other stuff. And then now we're supposed to believe them when
Yeah.
we've been lied to over and over and over again. And Netanyahu has lied.
Oh yeah,
He says every year, every month. Oh, they're
they're 2 weeks away from a nuclear weapon.
So
He's been
they're-
saying that for 40 years.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, did you see we should have had this on the show.
I think I
Probably
have
people
it,
have seen
actually.
it, where it's like 1995, he
Yeah,
said it. He said it
yeah.
2000, 2001, and on and on and on. And he's still saying it. And people still fall for it. It's like Charlie Brown and Lucy with the football. Where people still believe this shit after all this time. Like all these people are just down with this on X. I was surprised how many people are fine with this going over there and getting involved.
Well,
I don't want
according to
my
the
money to go
polling,
to this stuff.
only 27%, if you could believe that. But that's
So probably
Still pretty-
evangelicals,
Jews.
Jews, and older boomers. But there are even some Jews that are.
No, I'm
you
not
know,
saying
like
all
Dave
Jews,
Smith,
but that's
yeah, people
that
like
it's
him. It's
just a
probably rare though,
demographic,
maybe
yeah.
too.
And then we've had a death toll because so far we're doing without any dead. Because how we're doing it, we're not sending in troops. We are. I don't want to say anything mean about our servicemen or their bravery, but it's pretty much we're way away. They hit a button and the missile goes
Oh,
over.
yeah.
You know. All right, so it's not really high risk.
Yeah.
But I think these were people on one of our bases. But before we did the attack, we have evacuated most of the bases, but there's some still people on. And 3 people were killed, 5 seriously injured.
So where's Mike Huckabee now? Is he still in Israel, or did they evacuate him?
I
too?
don't know. He's probably waiting for Jesus to come and the
And that's so
Armageddon.
cringe.
And it's
People
just
were like, "Oh, how much are they paying him?" And it's like maybe they're paying him something. But I was telling people, there's people that really believe this crap. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
it all down
Yeah.
here. Maybe if you're not from the South, you don't see it as much. Because
Mhm.
when I grew up in Illinois, I don't remember all this like Christian Zionism stuff. But down here in the South, man,
Oh, it's big. Well,
everywhere.
it's in America with the like the 700 Club. It became popular. It's a heresy.
It is.
But they believe in the end times that the rapture is going to happen, and Russia and China and all this nonsense. Whereas actually, I believe the Antichrist will come from people. It'll be a Jew that's supported by Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham is what it will be. But here we go. Summary of the report. The U.S. planned for a 4 to 5 day operation. Now, the key thing here, Sasha, is, and I brought this up, and I've seen a lot of articles. We don't really know the exact number because it's confidential, obviously, of how many Patriot missiles we have and Tomahawk missiles. Patriot missiles are used to shoot down Iranian missiles we give to Israel. And Tomahawks, we shoot off destroyers
Mhm.
and submarines that we hit sites in Iran. And there's a couple of problems. We only have so many of these missiles. We've pissed away a lot of them in Ukraine because Zelensky wanted the Patriot missiles for Russia. And we because we deindustrialized in America, we can't make these very quick.
No.
And we shot off a bunch, or Israel shot off a bunch last year in the 12-day war. And so our inventories are getting low, and we still need to keep some if, China should try to take Taiwan.
Which, once again, I don't care.
I don't
We
either.
shouldn't be involved in this stuff. What if somebody attacks us?
Yeah. Well, theoretically, maybe we should keep some missiles for us. But
I mean, 9/11 did happen. It's been a long time, but we have been attacked. You keep stirring up the hornet's nest with all these countries. Somebody might decide to do some stuff
right.
here. I mean, you never know. According to them, there's sleeper cells all over everywhere.
That's Alex Jones bullshit here.
No, I've heard other people say that too. I think it's bullshit.
Well,
too.
we had that stupid black guy in Austin, Texas, from some African country. He was a legal immigrant, though.
Legal.
He's shot up a bar, and he looked dysfunctionally retarded.
How did these people even get in here?
I know. Well, he's legal, so Ted Cruz would support him.
It's an embarrassment.
But he wasn't Iranian. He wasn't a sleeper cell.
No.
He was just some African that shot up. Because, by the way,
Somalian or
mostly it's
something.
not whites that do mass shootings, it's blacks.
Yeah.
That's the dirty little secret
It
the
is.
media hides. But anyway, we only have so many missiles. And so before the war, they said we have enough maybe for a week or 2 weeks of constant bombing. And then we're about out. And if we run out of missiles before Iran, then Israel's fucked, right?
Yeah.
And because we can't make these, you can't say, I'll have 1,000 Patriot missiles. Can you deliver them tomorrow? No, it's very complicated to build these. You have to get some parts from China, the rare earths. So we have a limited inventory. So the idea was we'd have a 4 to 5 day operation that would weaken them, and then they'd come back and whatever. But now they're talking 4 weeks. And supposedly Trump reached out to Tehran to have another ceasefire, but Iran had rejected this. I don't know if that's true, but that's what's been reporting. And that's the problem when you start a war. It's not you always have control over it,
Right.
because the other side could just not go along with your plans. So that is what has happened.
I don't know. It's almost embarrassing at this point, the United States. Sometimes I'm almost embarrassed.
Now,
It's just like, why do we have to get involved? Why can't we have a nice country anymore? Some of these countries like Japan, they have all these cool high-speed trains and it's clean.
well, we got to fight these wars for
That's what I
Israel.
mean. And I'm tired of it. Like,
And here's a thing that came in the update. We sunk 9 naval ships. But Iran doesn't really have much of an army. Most of their naval ships are these little speedboats. So, okay. But this could be what Trump could do. And I was predicting before the war, after 4 or 5 days of bombing Iran, he would stop and declare a glorious victory.
yeah.
So he could use this and stop the war, try to stop it. And because Trump's always going to declare victory, right?
Yes.
He's going to say this is the most greatest victory in the history of mankind since Alexander the Great. I should have a monument. He'll give himself the Medal of Honor, and maybe he gives another peace prize for
Well, he
himself.
said he wanted one of those medals for himself.
Yeah, Medal of Honor. Yeah. So he could do
I'm
that.
glad when Trump's gone. It's an embarrassment.
He is an embarrassment. at this
I
point.
didn't mind when you thought he was going to do things you wanted, but then he gets in there and he's a lame duck. And then when he does do stuff, it's stuff like these wars. And then I heard that they're talking about going into Cuba now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, why in the hell are we going to do that now? I mean,
And then here's an example. We are taking some damage. This is a base in Iraq because for some reason we're still in Iraq. And the Iranians hit the base. It looks like they hit an ammunition depot.
wow.
I mean, it's pretty bad. Drones. They have a lot of drones. And why are so many bases being successfully hit? Well, the reason is because we're running out of missiles to defend all these bases. So that's what's happening here. And I'm not the only one to say about the missile stockpile. This is common knowledge. Let me just show you guys here. And because we're kind of on a time constraint, Trump races to crush Iran in high-stakes gamble as missile stockpiles run dry. Because if we run out of missiles, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
Because there's no way otherwise we have to because we've already ruled out there's no political will. And I really don't think we're going to send troops in like Iraq.
I hope not.
There's just not the political will to do that. It was just to shoot Iran. We're not even with our planes, people misunderstand. It's not like in the old days, you fly a plane over your target and drop the bombs.
Yeah.
What we do is we fly to the border of Iran and shoot missiles from the planes that hit the target.
Right.
That's how they're done.
Why is Trump wearing a baseball hat?
That is so
I mean, it's like, it seems like if he did that when he had a speech, he wore a baseball hat. Do you remember any other president wearing a trucker hats before they declare a war?
I know.
It's just so cringe. And this whole thing, like,
well, he said, well, we're going to have more casualties, but that's just how it goes.
I was hoping at least he could try to get the economy good, because before COVID, his first term, the economy was good.
Yeah.
Now, if we're going to have oil prices soar, the economy's not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse.
But
so how does this benefit Americans at all?
That's a good point. And I read this. Trump races to crush Iran. Okay, what does it mean to crush them exactly? And let's say we do crush them, then what?
Yeah. Right.
And so it doesn't really, this is the big what if, because they're all Shia Muslims. So you'll get another Ayatollah and they'll just get more funding from Russia and China. Yeah. And Israel's right, because after this, I don't even think Trump would have if he should pull out of this, this is it. I don't think he can do this again. He's done this twice. And by next year, he will have lost the midterms. He won't have the political capital attack again. So this is it. So they got to figure out what the hell they're doing here. And the idea. So the problem is they can only do the war for so long and they run out of missiles. And that's the problem here that they're running into. Let's see here. And we had because of the Shias been upset across the world. A lot of these Muslims have been attacking our embassies. Here they are. These people are primitive. It's like that one guy has a MAGA hat on, right? That red hat. Look how stupid they are, inbred, hitting the embassy with a stick of wood.
Yeah, like it's gonna do anything.
What the hell? It's like a monkey or something, just This is Pakistan. Do you know they're one of the most inbred people in the world?
Isn't that all the people in England now?
Yeah, they all fuck their cousins and they're all like 80 IQ. So they did this, and then it was all fun and games until the Marines shot at them. And then it was so funny to say, because they're like, they're running.
It's all right, Louise. I'm scared of Louise.
I know. I don't, seeing the Muslims run after being shot at is the funniest thing in the world. I'll never stop laughing from seeing them. So, yeah, that was it. All right. And then we did have this was a funny line because we had that shooting in Texas. And this was someone joked, and I told Sasha this joke. Transgenders across the country breathe a sigh of relief as the latest mass shooter turned out just to be a good old-fashioned Muslim terrorist.
Well, it was transgenders for a while.
Oh,
like
every
shooting you'd hear was transgender.
I just did an article today. Every day there's some psycho transgender. He's mentally fucked up. This guy, this transgender that pretended to be a woman, but it just, they'll look like men because they are men. He strangled his mother. Then he raped his mother's corpse.
Oh my God.
And now he wants to be put in a woman's prison, even though he's a dude. I know. I mean, talk about totally screwed. Anyway, here's a nice American that decided to shoot up a bar, and he had a shirt that said the property of Allah. This fine gentleman. This guy's going to contribute to our country.
Why did he even get citizenship here?
Oh, but Ted Cruz supports it because he's legal. He's legal.
I gotta tell you, I think legal immigration is worse than the illegals.
What the
if you get
fuck?
caught, you can send them home. These people are here forever.
He's His name, how do you pronounce his first name? Diaga.
Diagni?
It's one of those where they do clicks. 53, a U.S. citizen, originally from Senegal, who had a Quran in his car and clothing described as Islamic Guard when he opened fire. So this guy shut up a place.
So how many people died?
There's like 4 or 5. And I'm sure Alex will see, I told you there's Iranian sleeper cells. I'm like, this guy's not Iranian. He's just retarded African. And so anyway.
No, we should not let these people in our country.
No kidding. But that's where we are right now. And
our country's toast. I've been black-pilled about it for a while. I just don't see things getting better.
Yeah. All right. And there's a couple of things here. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this, but let's go a trip down memory lane. Memory lane. Here we go.
I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you.
So, I mean, that was like a key thing that Trump was talking about. I mean, this is the reason that people voted for him.
Well, same with the getting illegals out. And then a few Karens threw a fit in Minnesota, and it's like, we're done. We're not.
We're just gonna deport illegals that murder people.
How about all of them?
Yeah.
We are finally putting America first.
No, you're not.
Our policy of never-ending war,
It's my head.
regime change, and nation building is being replaced by the clear-eyed pursuit of American interests.
There you go.
It is the job of our military to protect our security, not to be the policeman of the world. We are.
Well, take your own advice then.
Yeah, this is what he said on the campaign trail.
And this was not long ago.
No, this is his.
But we're turning into the police. First Venezuela intervention, now Iran, and they're talking Cuba. And why did you put Marco Rubio in your cabinet? And I've seen so many people talk about what a great job Marco Rubio's doing. It's like that guy was a neocon from the get-go.
I know all these neocons like Ben Shapiro and Mark Levin, they all hated him. Now they love him. And before the war, we had these fake negotiations with Iran. I think they were fake because we were going to attack no matter what they said.
Yeah.
And Oman, they were the moderators. And, we said, okay, Trump says, all you have to say so we don't attack you is we don't want, you won't have nuclear weapons. And they said, we don't want nuclear weapons. That's not good enough.
Yeah, we'll attack you anyway.
I know. And here's the leader of Oman explaining about how the negotiations went.
What has Iran agreed to you that they have never done before? Can you give us any sense?
The single most important achievement, I believe, is the agreement that Iran will never, ever have a nuclear material that will create a bomb. This is, I think, a big achievement.
So they agreed to this. I won't see the whole video, but they said, yeah, you can expect us. And that Khomeini, the guy we murdered, he said, we don't want a nuclear bomb. So that was all a fake.
Mhm.
I remember last year, Trump said, well, we obliterated their program, so they can't do it. So it was all nonsense. So the issue is what's going to happen next. Is there going to be is Trump going to try to get out of it or not? And we have this update from Trump that Trump announced that Iran had offered to resume negotiations and he agreed to engage in contact. They want to talk and I agree to talk. This caused Mark Levin to just have a meltdown, by the way.
Of course.
So I will talk to them. They should have done this earlier. They did talk to you earlier, Trump. What the fuck you're talking about? They should have given what was very practical and easily implemented earlier. They waited too long. So Trump looks like he's looking for an off-ramp here.
Mhm.
But the problem is, if he does this, this is going to just piss off people like Shapiro and Levin and Israel. So he's in a dilemma what's going to happen here. But he may decide, if he doesn't get the regime change, to hold more further talks and he's always going to declare victory. But at least this will be I think this could be a scenario where he meets again with the Iranians. They agreed to stop the war. And then he said, I destroyed their entire Navy and we just kicked their ass. They'll never dare. We gave them a taste of American power, USA. You know what I mean? And he'll say it was a great victory
do
and
you
all
think
that.
Trump knows? Do you think he stays in a bubble, or do you think people are telling him, your poll numbers are way down. This isn't popular. And I know he said that thing about sometimes you have to go to wars that aren't popular or whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but do you think that's part of it too? He realizes like, oh shit.
Well, part of it, I think he's old now. He turns 80 this year, and he's surrounded by these neocons like Susie Wiles, his chief of staff, and all these. So
I think there should be you have to be 35 to be president. I think by 70, you shouldn't be allowed to run anymore.
yeah, I would have
Like,
an age limit
really.
of like 70, 75.
I mean, why
I
not?
agree.
You have to be 35.
Yeah.
I would
He
rather
gets
have
old.
younger people in than
Mhm.
that are smart, because you're pretty bright when you're young.
Right.
You start to lose it when you get older.
No, I agree with you. Yeah.
Unless it's Ron Paul, I'd let
Yeah.
him be president, even though he's like 90 years old. But
We got a power chat. Thank you from Ghost Face.
oh yeah, I just saw that movie. It sucked, by the way. Traitor Scum Trump and Twink Graham are
Yes.
so nonchalant about our people dying. I despise them and the whole admin impeach and remove.
I would
totally
support
agree.
him being impeached at this
agree,
point.
yeah.
I really will. He's betrayed the American people, and it's
Did you
bad.
see that other one, or is that an old one?
Oh, here we go. Rowhouse, $5. Did Tom Cotton ask Rams and Sasha this question?
Probably not. But
We're going to look at this.
another snake.
All right, we're going to look at Tom Cotton. Tom Cotton is our senator from Arkansas, but you wouldn't know it if you follow him on Twitter, because all he talks about is Israel. He never mentions Arkansas. I don't know if he's ever been back to Arkansas. I don't know.
Probably
I've been on
not.
the campaign trail all across Arkansas for the last 2 days, visiting with hundreds of Republicans. I haven't heard a single Arkansan express anything but unqualified support for President Trump
Oh, fuck you.
Oh,
and for
shit.
his decision to finally put America's foot down and end 47 years of terror and revolutionary violence
Bullshit.
I don't believe it.
by the Islamic Republic.
I don't believe he was in Arkansas. I don't think he knows where Arkansas is. Piece of shit.
Where was he supposed
Against-
to be from in Arkansas? Do you know?
I have no idea. The fucker's just a
Mosca
Israel
told
plant.
me he used to be gay. He said he went to conversion therapy or something.
Really?
He's an ex-gay.
He
I don't
kind
know
of
if
looks.
that's
He does
true.
kind of a gay face.
He does.
The United States and
Well, they say he's from Highville, Arkansas. You know where that is?
That's where the airport is.
Oh, was that where he
He's
probably
from
just
near
flew
here
in.
too. So is Mike Huckabee,
Yeah.
because Brandon said he met Mike Huckabee back in the 90s when he was
Mhm.
campaigning. He stopped at their house and wanted to put a sign up, and this was in Fayetteville. And he said his church is just down the street
Really?
from where my friend Brandon lives.
our citizens. And I suspect you'll see overwhelming support from elected Republicans in the Congress.
Well, yeah, because they're controlled by AIPAC.
Right.
But if you look at the polling numbers, people aren't supporting
Yeah,
it.
ask people, probably at that Zionist church we went to.
Yeah,
People
it's-
like that, they're just brainwashed.
who are answerable to our voters in places like Arkansas and states all across the country when we're back in the Capitol later this week.
What a piece of shit. Yeah, he's Tom Cotton is such a traitor.
He is.
It's just but that's unfortunately how we are at this point. Let me just see here if we got
Did you do anonymous, or is that an old one? I couldn't see. You went so fast.
we're just
Under there, is that an
oh
old
that
one?
was
That's an
last
old
week.
one.
Yeah. Let me just see here. This
I saw somebody saying something about my books. What are they saying about books? You just go so fast.
where's the books?
I don't know, because you keep moving so
you could do it
fast. Here,
here.
let me
I just
do
want
it.
to see if we have super chats
Oh,
first.
I
and
don't
you
think
could
we do. I think we got it. Well, what's that yellow one? You maybe got that one, but there, that's the one you just.
Oh,
did.
here we go. $10 from Holy Ghost.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
What
that.
does it say?
Domo.
Domo arigato.
Oh yeah,
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Robot Man. Oh, here we
Okay.
go. $5.
David
Dave
Steele,
Steele.
thank you. I saw that Israel's nuclear facility at Diamona has been struck by Iranian missiles. Asked Grok if this was true, but Grok refused to reply.
Yeah, well, there are a couple of things I will caution, and Sasha knows this. We were talking about this. Is it's tough to understand what real videos are versus AI.
It is.
And so I'm always cautious about that. But I did see that Iran has, there's no doubt, launched a lot of missiles at Israel. That is true. And a lot have landed. I saw that report they hit the nuclear reactor. I just don't know if it's real or not. And it could be. I just don't know.
And then they're going to lie anyway.
Yeah, they do.
So how do you know if you can believe them? Because they make up shit.
They do. Sasha's going through the chat here. Yay, nice to see Sasha's back.
I saw something about book. Oh, maybe just my eyesight. I'm not nearsighted anymore. Like I'm farsighted.
Yeah,
now.
that's the way I know.
I'm just like.
Yeah, Sasha and I both had our eyes fixed last year, but that kind of.
I think mine are a little better than yours. Oh, there's one. Oh, thank you, David.
Oh, we just did that
one. And I think you're caught up.
All right. So, what's your prediction? What do you think is going to happen, Sasha?
I have no idea. Probably he'll try to get out of this, but I just hope we're not going to be in it long. One thing about Trump, though, he did do those things quickly, like the Venezuela thing. All that stuff was pretty quick. So I hope that he doesn't keep us in some long war. But it's like, is he really controlling anything?
Well, I don't think we'll be in a long war for a couple of reasons. Number one, everyone's been saying in the administration, even that gay Lindsey Graham said,
oh, said that gay guy.
Yeah, whatever. I guess he likes boys. We won't be in boots on the ground, right? JD Vance said this won't be a long war. We don't have the missiles for a long war. So I think they're going to keep striking for a week or two, hoping some magic happens and someone takes over. And if it doesn't, they'll go to Iran and say, why don't we call this off? And then Trump, if they agree, see, that's a tough thing because Iran can say, no, fuck you. We're going to keep attacking Israel. But let's say they probably want an off ramp too, because they didn't want a war with us in the first place. So if that happens, Trump, I could see him, could spin it like, all right, we're ending this. We taught Iran a lesson not to mess with us. We destroyed their navy. We destroyed their ballistic missiles. We killed Khomeini. We killed their leadership. We had a glorious victory under my administration. Iran won't recover for 100 years because of my decisive leadership. I could see Trump spinning
and then
it
in
that way.
6 months it'll be the same bullshit. Like, hey, you got to come back. And
but that's the thing is 6 months is. I don't think he'll have the political capital to do that.
I hope.
And that's why if he does do that, I think a lot of Zionists like Shapiro and Levin and they will have a meltdown.
Well, they have meltdowns whenever they don't get their way.
Right, exactly.
They're kind of like those leftists in Minnesota that, I'm going to run over a cop because I don't get my way. I mean, that's how they are too.
Now, a couple of things I don't think it will be. I'm not going to be like a Alex Jones. It's so funny. Anything that happens to the world, Alex Jones, is World War III. And I'm like, no, it isn't. It's not going to be World War III. Russia and China's not going to fight for Iran.
Right.
They have other issues. And I don't think Iran's going to sink an aircraft carrier. I don't think they have that capability. They have a lot of missile technology. They did fire missiles at our Abraham Lincoln, but they missed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't, and we're kind of scared of them. Our aircraft carriers are far away.
So are all of our ships named after former presidents? We had the Jimmy Carter, or not Jimmy Carter. Ford.
There's the Enterprise, but that was decommissioned. A lot of them are.
It was on Abraham Lincoln. And what else?
I don't know. I don't know the name of all our aircraft carriers, to
That'd
be
be
honest.
a good question for Grok.
Yeah, Grok would know. So that's my prediction is, I said before the war, we will bomb a bunch of Iranian bases that are empty because they should have known the war was coming and emptied all their critical material bases. We emptied our bases, although a few people were killed. So we'll do that for, like I said, 4 or 5 days. Then Trump will stop and declare a glorious victory. Because that's how Trump does it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that's the way it goes. They could have spread more, but I don't think it necessarily will. I don't know. It's we'll have to see on how that goes.
I don't know. It's been very disappointing.
It has.
His whole administration's been so lackluster and disappointing. Like nothing really happened, and when things do happen, it's all bad things. Other than the border, I mean, that we started off strong and then just got worse and worse.
Yeah. And I don't know why Trump does this, because this is his last term, despite what he says.
What do you
And
mean?
you would think
Despite
he
what
would
is he
just,
talking about running again?
yeah, he has.
He can't.
I know, but he's thinking, well, I think I deserve it anyway.
Well, no, you don't.
I know.
I'm sick of the narcissism too. Trump thinks he's the smartest.
Oh, here we got another $5 for KMAX.
Oh, thank you. Rams, are you? Oh, you moved it. Rams, are you still at a point you'd much rather JD Vance take over for Trump? That's what an impeachment and removal would do.
Well, it's not so much for JD Vance. It's just because Trump has done such a betrayal of the American people that I think he should be impeached and removed. And by the way, our Constitution has it. We don't follow the Constitution anymore, but it's up to Congress to declare war, not the president. We changed it to, in an emergency where we're about to be attacked or being attacked, the president can call up the armed forces. But it's been so abused, not just by Trump, but a lot of the presidents.
Yeah.
But it was not originally designed that way. It was the founders wanted not just one man to send us to war, but the Congress. And
well, we weren't attacked or anything.
no, we weren't. We weren't threatened or attacked. We were the bad guys in this war, and we killed all these people. And, you know, I'm not advocating this, but if Trump thinks it's okay to kill heads of state and their family, then is Trump fair game and his family? You know, I mean, this is where
maybe his son should go fight in these wars. He's of fighting age, right? Yeah. Maybe these people should have some skin in the game. Either you go fight or you send your kid.
I like medieval times where the kings would actually fight themselves.
Yeah, the kings had more balls back then.
Now
they all run and hide and expect these poor young guys to have to do it for them.
So, to answer your question, I think he should be impeached because he betrayed the American people. Not so much for JD Vance. I was a big JD Vance supporter, and I guess I heard rumors he was trying to talk Trump out of this war. But in the final analysis, he caved.
I think he's just paid off.
And so fuck him. He had his moment. He could have said, because remember, the vice president does not work for the president.
Well, what happened to Tulsi Gabbard? I heard if we got in any of the stuff, she would resign. I don't see her resigning.
No, lack of integrity from these people. So I am done with it.
It's all about the money.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, thank
$20.
you.
Thank you.
$20. Let's go.
Yeah.
It sounds like the longer the war goes, the better it is for Russia, and oil prices will go ever higher the longer the war.
Well, that is true. If oil prices get high, Russia exports oil, so they'll make more money. And that is, before the war started, a lot of people were saying this, and I agree with this, is for Iran to win the war, because the objective of the war was not only regime change, but like killing the leader, but putting in someone that is favorable to Israel. That's the goal of the war.
Good luck.
And the longer you go on, and that doesn't happen, the more Iran is an advantage. So if we go, let's say 2 weeks, bomb the shit out of their country, destroy their navy, kill a bunch of people, and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, they still have an Ayatollah that doesn't like Israel. We lost.
Yeah.
And now Trump won't spin it that way, but we lost.
Well, Trump spends everything to his favor.
Well, yeah, they do. But we lost. So this will be an American defeat unless we get a pro-Israeli leader in that's for gay rights or whatever, and feminist empowerment.
Yeah, I don't even see the point in voting anymore unless it's local elections, because it seems like it's all the same. If you get a Democrat or Republican in, they're all going to be Israel's bitch no matter what.
Hey, we got a $10.
Well, thank you.
Angel
No
Wolf.
comment.
Thank you. Whoa, buddy.
Thank you. Now that Iran is being liberated, I fully expect all Iranian immigrants and refugees to return to their homeland.
That's a good point. So if they go back to being a liberal democracy like it was in well, they weren't even a liberal democracy. They were ran by the Shah, but they were more open.
Yeah.
Will they all go back?
No. Do they ever go back?
No. It's funny because we saw one today.
Yeah.
We know of an Iranian, but that's another story.
Yeah, but he's like a based Iranian.
He is. So let's see if I just want to make sure
you got everything.
And thank you guys all for your support. We really do appreciate this. And yeah, Tom Cotton is a tool of Israel.
He is. It was fun to watch Tucker go after Mike Huckabee and destroy him.
Cruz.
Oh, that too. And just made them look like fools.
Yeah, because they are fools. So that's all I had tonight. My prediction is it'll probably go on for a couple of weeks and Trump will reach a deal with Iranians. And it will be an American defeat because Iranians will still have an Ayatollah in control. But Trump will spin it like we kicked their ass, you know what I mean? And whatever, and then, hoorah! And then people like Mark Levin and Shapiro will be mad because we didn't put a pro-Israeli guy in.
It is funny though. I've noticed all the like Jewish Con Inc. or not even Con Inc. like Dave Rubin too. They're all for this war.
Yeah.
Like
it has nothing to do with America. I mean, we're just straight out fighting. That was something that was amazing. Is Trump really didn't sell the war to the American people how it was good for us. It was like, fuck, the Israel lobby's demanding it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, what can I do?
They don't even try to hide it anymore.
No.
And they used to try to make it like, well, this has to do with America.
Yeah, they would at least lie to us.
The sleeper cell thing, I guess, is supposed to be they could attack in America.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then here in America, you have crazy people attacking and doing all this stuff. And those are people we brought over here. Come over here and become citizens.
Yeah, those are the people the Jewish groups demand we take in.
Maybe they should take some of these people.
Yeah, I know. That guy from Singles should go to Israel.
It's funny what hypocrites they are.
Yeah, no, they get their ethno state.
For thee, but not for me.
Yeah, they get their ethno state, but we can't because that is that's Nazism.
Yeah.
So let's see here. I just want to make sure we got everything. We'll probably wrap up here soon.
Yeah, it's already 10:10.
Yeah, we just wanted to do a show. We haven't done a night owls in a while, and people were talking about streaming on this. And
well, I kept telling you should stream, and then you're like, "Well, do you want to stream with me?" And I'm kind of like, "Yeah, I guess."
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. People like to see you, and I'm glad you did because we kind of do Sunday nights, and so that was good. So we'll see. I don't think Iran can win this in a military fashion. Meaning they're not going to sink our carriers or anything like that. But they're going to win just because we'll run out of missiles. We'll have to cut a deal.
Yeah.
And that they'll still be in power. It
is a big betrayal because it'd be different if Trump didn't run on this, but he specifically ran on it.
Yeah.
And he broke so many promises already, but that seems like the icing on the cake.
This was a big one, red line for me. So I can't support Trump anymore after this betrayal. So yeah, that's just, and I know he's done some good stuff, but I can't forgive this betrayal. Some betrayals I can kind of forgive a little bit, but not this one.
No. So, and you think of how many people lost friends. I've lost friends because of this shit.
I know.
And how divided everybody is. And that's like, what for? So we can go fuck around in the Middle East again? Yeah.
And then just as this is the typical hubris of Trump in America. What a disaster. Trump says his potential candidates to lead Iran killed.
Oh, great.
So he had Trump had these people that he made one of them to be the run, like pro-Israel, but that guy was killed, I guess. So cats are fighting.
Hey.
So we have our puppets that we want to put in, I guess, but I don't know how that's going to work without us sending troops in to defend them. So we'll have to check that out. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hope it ends soon. I want gas prices to stay low, and I don't want people to die for this. I don't want us involved. It's none of our business. We need to cut ties with Israel, but how do you even do that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So anyway, guys,
stupid hat again.
Yeah, he wears his USA hat. It's just
this was a red MAGA hat.
I think. Yeah. I don't know. It's just again, I was able to look over a lot of Trump's flaws if he just stood for what he believed in, but he didn't.
If he just did what he said he was going to do.
Right. Kept us out of these wars and deported people and released Epstein files like he said he would.
Well, that's why I said I thought, people kept saying maybe he was being blackmailed, but I figured if they had any dirt, they would have released the dirt.
Yeah, the Bidens would have released it. Yeah. That's kind of why I was thinking too.
But it's like, did they threaten his family or something? I don't really understand. I don't understand why he's doing this.
Yeah. So Trump is trying to get a new leader in, and I don't know. We'll have. I obviously will cover this in the days ahead. Again, Trump, as it says, he expects us to last 4 weeks, but we only have a limited amount of missiles, and I look for a deal to be cut. Is probably what's going to happen, and that's going to create a lot of issues too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll do my
All right.
video tomorrow. Maybe a live stream if crazy stuff happens.
Yeah,
So.
you can start live stream. It gives me something to listen to at work.
All right. I'll touch